Farms, Inc. Are presentations by myself, Ashley,
Andrea,
Raynie,
and Jesus.
What does Olson Farms, Inc. have to offer? They are a local family farm that's located in the heart of the Willamette Valley. They offer picked and you picked fruits and veggies. They operate business through mid-May and through September of each year. And the farm is located at 6925 Joseph Street, Southeast Salem. It's right off I-5. The farm also offers a variety of you-picked fruits and veggies. The fruits include blueberries, blackberries, cherries, peaches, raspberries, apricots, apples, and strawberries, depending on which type of year. The farm also offers things like fruits from other stands, local farms like Hermiston watermelons or cantaloupes. They offer honey from local producers, accessories with their names on it, like the bags. They also put together a party pack for customers to give them a more variety, and it's more cost effective. And they offer things like onions, red potatoes, asparagus. They've printed the T-shirts and hats with their names on it. Their hours are 9 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 11 to 6 on Sundays. They offer a really cool, rare family-oriented experience to be able to take your family out and you pick the fruits and veggies. They also have a hay trailer that they give customers rides back and forth through the orchard.
Next, we're going to move on to competitive analysis. And in this section, we're going to look at other competitors that Olson Farms could potentially have or can develop threats between. To start off, we have the Fortis Farm. One of their strengths is that they offer fresh fruits, vegetables, and plants during this season, just like Olson Farms. They've also implemented a garden installation service for their plants. Those plants include small trees or big bouquets of flowers. They also offer a seasonal pumpkin patch and a haunted corn maze for their customers in October. For Easy Orchards, they have a small retail space with a lot of the dairy products they sell, as well as breads and pasta. They also have a small menu and a small stand for their donuts, sundaes, and smoothies, which is very popular and very noticeable in the region there. Next, we have Fred Meyer's and Safeway. For their strengths, because they're big companies, they obviously offer a lot of more groceries in just their one location that they have. They also have more parking space available, and they have very popular groceries that have also similar products as Olson Farms. As for Olson Farms, why should they care? For two reasons. It's important to know their competitors to help identify potential threats that can occur in the future or in the present. They also offers an opportunity for them to implement new ideas into the marketing plan.
Next, we're going to talk about the SWOT analysis, or the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of Olson Farms. This goes into a deep analysis of their marketing techniques and just their overall business plan. First, I'm going to start with their strengths. The top three for them are that they are a family-oriented business, they are in a good location, and they also have many positive customer reviews. If you look to the right, you can see one of the reviews from somebody named Cheyenne. This one was a recent one from earlier this summer, and it says, "The best you pick fruit stand in the Salem area. They have an awesome variety of fruit and other local treats to choose from. The fruit is always so ripe and delicious. Everyone is extremely helpful and friendly. Can't beat the quality of their produce and customer service." As Ashley had explained earlier, they have a lot of family-oriented experiences And it's a good time for everybody to go and enjoy the sun together as you pick locally grown fruit. They're also located right off of I-5, so they get a lot of heavy road traffic just going by their farm, and they are fairly large, so it's kind of hard to miss them. And a lot of their reviews leave people feeling really excited and really happy. Moving on to weaknesses. Their main weaknesses is that they use Facebook as a primary website. You can actually see the redirection link that is associated with olsonfarmsinc.com to the right. And it takes them to a Facebook page versus an actual website, which can be seen as a little unprofessional to some, not to mention that a lot of people don't actually have a Facebook. Their name is also pretty confusing, as there's 4 different Olson farms within that area. And if you search them on Google or Facebook, then you might not go to the right farm, or you might not get the correct information. And also they are a cash-only establishment, which is pretty difficult, especially in times right now, because there is a national chain shortage, so a lot of companies aren't taking cash, or they're taking exact cash. Moving on to the opportunities and threats. You can see that their opportunities, obviously, every weakness can be an opportunity if looked at the correct way, but I would say that their main opportunities is to find better networking within the area, finding new or more products to sell in off-season since they are closed for a majority of the year, and having better or more advertisement. They are sort of networking a little bit with Hermiston Farms, selling their local melons and watermelons and all of that. But they could be doing more and working with the other local farms. As you can see to the right, there's many, many, many different farms within that Salem area. So it could be beneficial to have a couple of them pair up and network together, selling more products at a better quality. They could sell some more products or find something new to sell in their off seasons, because as you can see at the bottom, they're only open from mid-May through September. This isn't a big window, especially because family time, it doesn't really stop. And they could use more advertisement, because all they're using right now is Facebook and word of mouth and Yelp, which can be a threat, as I'll talk about in a minute. So talking about the threats, you can see from that map that it is a good networking source, but there's also a lot of competitors in that area. So there isn't one distinct feature that makes Olson stand out to the others. So they can get lost amongst the competitors, which is a bit scary for their company. They also only have word of mouth, Facebook, and their customers to do a lot of their advertising for them. So if one customer has a bad experience, then they can spread that a lot easier than their actual official website can. And then it becomes a bad case scenario for everyone involved. So they could potentially lose customers or have less customers due to bad experiences for some. And they also have a lack of products. As soon as they sell out for the season, then they're done, which isn't the greatest when looking at it from a business perspective, just because you don't really know how many customers you will actually have. You can just have a prospective number, and that could make their season end a lot earlier than they're anticipating and make them not have as much income. So that is the SWOT analysis for Olson Farms.
We'll move to Portis 5 forces. Here's the model for Olson Farms Inc. We have competitive rivalry in the middle. There are many competitors, and there is high customer loyalty here. Threat of new entry. At the top, it's not too expensive to enter the market. There is some experience that is needed, but you can easily obtain it through the internet or by trial and error. There is buyer power to the right, and so there are medium-sized buyers, and the order size varies depending on who is purchasing. It could be a store, or it could be an individual customer that's going to buy items. At the bottom, we have threat of substitution, and so we have here easy substitution. You can import food. In this case, it talks about buying food from a different provider. Supplier power to the left. There are a moderate number of suppliers, and suppliers are able to change. Next, we'll talk about Portis 5 forces and determine whether it is high, neutral, or low. First, we'll talk about competitive rivalry. Competitive rivalry looks at the number and strengths of the competitors. In this case, it is set as high because Olson Farms Inc. is surrounded by many other farms as well as big box stores like Winco. Next, we have supplier power. This is set as neutral because Olson Farms Inc. is considered their own supplier, and they, in this case, can determine whether to increase or decrease their prices. We have buyer power at the bottom. In this section, it looks at how big the orders are, how easily customers can drive down prices, and the number of buyers. And so this is set as high because customers can easily bargain to get a lower price. Since there are other farms, they can always say, hey, the other farm is offering this price, why can't you offer the same price? So buyer power is set as high. Then we have threat of substitution. Threat of substitution looks at how easily it is to obtain the same products that Olson Farms Inc. provides. In this case, it's set as high because, like I said, a customer can always go to a different provider, or they can grow their own food. Yes, it won't be in this large variety as Olson Farms Inc. has, but they are still able to substitute. Threat of new entry. This is set as high because, as the model showed, the cost isn't too expensive to enter. If you have some spare land, you can always set it aside to growing your own food and selling it. The knowledge for this type of work can be easily obtained. And in conclusion, this type of market is easy to enter, but becoming a profitable business can be tricky because 4 of the 5 forces will be against you. And here are our references. Thank you.